6:02 p.m. This is the public meeting, and the purpose of the panel, just as a clarification, the Bayside Planning Panel is charged with considering planning proposals of any scale and value and determining development applications where the value is less than $30 million and where there is potential conflict of interest, or it's a contentious development, or there is a substantial departure from development standards, or it is a sensitive development. Council no longer considers these types of developments. In particular, the panel must consider development applications which have attracted 10 or more unique objections in a public meeting. Others can be considered outside of a public meeting. All decisions are published on Council's website nominally within 48 hours. Live streaming. This public meeting is being recorded and is live streamed to Council's YouTube page. The recording is an official record of Council and may be made available to persons upon request in accordance with Freedom of Information legislation, Government Information Public Access Act 2009. Applicants and members of the public that have registered to speak on an item will be asked to unmute their phone or computer at the relevant time to address the panel and to answer any questions. Alternatively, members of the public may have registered for the meeting by making a written submission, which has been provided to the panel members. Once the panel has heard from all of the speakers, including applicants, we will either make a decision during the public meeting or adjourn to consider our decision. As previously mentioned, all decisions of the panel are published on the website. Let me introduce the members of the panel, but before I do, my name is Ross Bonthorn. I'm an architect planner. I have served as a councillor with the City of Sydney for some period, as well as Pittwater Council. Besides that, I have been on a number of committees for both local government and state government, and have been recently involved with the Bayside panel as well as the Wallara Council local planning panel. Besides this, I have been the principal architect and a board member for the Lend-Lease Group for some 29 years until I retire or resigned, to then continue working on large-scale mixed-use projects in this country and also in Asia, Middle East, China, India, etc. So I would like to actually ask the other panel members to introduce themselves. Marcia, if you could start, please.
Thanks, Ross. My name's Marcia Downey, and my areas of expertise are in law and in public administration and governance. I've worked as a lawyer for about 35 years, much of that time practicing environment and planning law in state and local government, as well as in private legal practice. I've also worked as a senior executive in state and local government, most recently as Director of Legal and Governance at the City of Sydney Council and also with Inner West Council. And I had that same role with the Department of Commerce, the New South Wales Department of Commerce. In addition to my work with Bayside Council on its local planning panel, I'm also involved in other local planning panels and a number of state government committees, and I'm a non-executive director of a community housing provider. Thanks, Ross.
Thanks, Marcia. Scott, if you could introduce yourself, please.
Certainly. My name's Scott Barwick. I'm a qualified planner, about 30 years experience, both in local and private practice. Private practice since 2000. I'm a director of a planning consultancy, and I'm also a member of a number of local planning panels for a number of other local government areas beside Bayside. Thank you, Ross.
Thank you, Scott. Jesse, if you could please introduce yourself.
Thanks, Ross. My name's Jesse Hanna. I'm one of the community representatives on the panel. I'm a lifetime resident of Bexley in the Bayside LGA and also the former Rockdale LGA. I'm a solicitor by profession and I have over 7 years experience working in the New South Wales public sector.
Thank you, Jesse. If I can now move to the agenda, initially to acknowledge that Bayside respects the traditional custodians of the land, the elders past and present on which this meeting takes place and acknowledges the Gadgil and the Bidjigal clans of the Sydney Basin. Are there any apologies? I believe we do not have any apologies. Thank you. Disclosures of interest. I'm unaware of any disclosures of interest from panel members.
Nothing from me, thanks, Ross.
Nothing from me, Chair.
No disclosures from me, Chair.
Thank you. Item number 4, the minutes of previous meetings. There are minutes for the meetings held on the 7th of December 2022. I'm sorry, I think that should be 2021 if it's December.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And sorry, so there's a typo in the notes. And similarly for the meeting on the 14th of December 2021. And I'd note those meetings, those minutes be confirmed as a true record. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 5, planning proposals. There are no reports for planning proposals. Item number 6, 6.1 is a DA for 54 Eden Street, Arncliffe. And Mr. Lucas, you are, I hope, connected with us at the moment.
Yes, I am.
Yes?
Yes, I am, yes.
Mr. Lucas, you've seen the report and it is recommending approval. Do you have any observations or questions that you would like to raise? And then I'll open it up to the other panel members.
No, I don't. I'm leaving here to answer any questions if there is any questions. So, yeah, you can open it up.
Panel members, are there any questions of Mr. Lucas?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
No questions from me.
And not a lot from me either to add to that. Thank you.
I mean, this is, I think, a very interesting proposal, and particularly I note it's been to the design review panel for 4 meetings and has progressed to achieve a number of things that the design review panel had sought to be incorporated. It does comply with most of the things, and then the explanations given for any elements of slight difficulty have, I think, been answered very well in the report. And so it's recommended for approval. The committee or the panel will consider this, and Mr. Lucas, the decision will be on the minutes that will be hopefully available within 48 hours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And if there is no other business or no other questions, I'll close the meeting at 8 minutes past 6, which has to be a...
Yeah.
all done.
We're still streaming. We're just
Thank you.
finishing.
Thank you very much, Carl.